Why, non-gaming unicorn, what are you doing here? Thanks, non-gaming unicorn. Today I'm going to talk about episode 7 of season 6 of the AMC's Walking Dead, entitled Heads Up. And these are just kind of some thoughts I had during the episode and just in general about The Walking Dead. Obviously there's spoilers, so if you haven't seen this episode, watch a cat video. Okay, first of all, I kind of wanted to discuss the infrastructure during the zombie apocalypse. First of all, the roads, okay? Those roads in The Walking Dead are, they're overgrown, maybe a little bumpy, but those roads during the zombie apocalypse are way better than the California roads that are supposedly maintained with our tax dollars. I mean, I drive down this one freeway every day to go to work. There's a big pothole. And that pothole has been there for 3 years. And, just our tax dollars are supposed to go to fix that. And the roads suck out here. Couple other things. The walls. Why did they put those support beams on the outside of the wall? Because, even without a church steeple falling on top of it to crush it, if they had a large force coming and pushing that part of the wall, it could topple over. You want to have that support beam on the inside pushing it over. And they might also, they only have one wall set up. The prison had like a inner wall and an outer wall, so if that first wall was breached, they could clear out the walkers and then rebuild that section of wall that was destroyed. One more thing about the infrastructure and buildings. Rick told everybody that they had to be their quietest. And what's he do? He's hammering stuff and making a lot of noise, trying to shore up the wall. So, people should do as Rick says, not as he does. Okay, major spoiler alert. If you haven't found out by now, Glenn lives. And, I kept wanting to sing the song 99 grün balloons instead of 99 red balloons. The old Nana song from the 80s. Let's see. Enid should have given more information to Glenn when he asked her, about what happened at Alexandria, and if she knew that if Maggie was safe or not. If she didn't know, she should have just said, "I didn't know." And then I kind of liked the way Glenn brought her back, and that's kind of one thing I'm getting kind of sick of is in the last couple of seasons, there's always some angst-ridden emo kid, and now we have two of them. We have Enid and we have Ron, and Ron's pretty trigger happy, and I changed my mind before. I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt and take his word for it that he wanted to learn how to shoot to protect himself, but it looks like he wants to do in young Carl, and that would be we'll see what happens with that. Which brings us to Morgan. One thing I'm kind of having a little difficulty suspending my disbelief is that how long was he with Eastman in the woods? I mean, Morgan, all of a sudden, maybe would you say maybe 6 months, and then he's all of a sudden he's a Buddhist master that knows how to use the staff, as well as Kane in the Kung Fu series. And, it's just, with his hippie lifestyle. No, I did like that meeting that they had with, where Morgan, it was like a performance review for a job. Carol, Rick, and Michonne were kind of like grilling him, saying, hey, the stuff you're doing, may not work. What can we do to help you? As they do in most performance reviews. And by the way, if you look, if you look at the wrinkle on Morgan's forehead, it kind of looks like the wolf W. So maybe maybe Enid isn't the only wolf. Maybe it's Morgan. Just throwing that out there. And one thing I kind of thought, Rick was kind of a jerk in this episode. When Father Gabriel was hanging up the prayer meeting signs, Rick just tore it down like that. Just don't even try. Just maybe you should just go away to Father Gabriel. To me, I think that was kind of a waste of paper because he had, he wrote in big letters, and he took up the whole sheet of paper. And, what do they think? Paper grows on trees? It's probably rare and getting rare in the zombie apocalypse. So, I think Rick was trying to get him to recycle. And also when Tobin was telling Rick, we were scared of you, with your beard, and but now we're willing to give you a chance. And then Spencer did that high wire act over the walkers, and then Tara saved him, and then Rick got mad at Tara and says, "Don't risk your life for these people," meaning the Alexandrians. Now, if I was Tobin, I'd be saying, "Hey, look, I'm right here. I heard you. I'm right here," which I thought was kind of rude of Rick. But I think he's putting his group first, and I think that's just kind of like how his personality and his leadership role changed throughout the season. He wants to keep his group safe, and he's not sure about these other schmucks that might do him in. And if you look at it, Spencer's greedy. He steals the food. Ron has this vendetta against Carl, and it's just kind of like there's a mixture of good and bad people in the Alexandria group, and I think Rick is just kind of like trying. It seems like he's just trying to kind of weed out the weak, like that group that was with Glenn and Michonne that were coming back to Alexandria. They were kind of weak, and he told them just don't let them slow you down. Which, if he didn't want them to be slowed down, why did he saddle them with Glenn and Michonne? They could have just as easily gone. He could have told them, wait here. If we're not back in a couple hours, you head over to Alexandria. I think that would have been better for everybody. Well, as I said before, Glenn lives, and it was kind of obvious that he did live, and a lot of people predicted the sliding under the dumpster, and I don't know it. Once again, the timing where they're putting the Talking Dead after Into the Badlands. Well, they had a special message from Stephen Yeun. They said 10 minutes into the Badlands, and it was nice, that Stephen Yeun, thanked the fans for their support of the show and his character. But on the other hand, it was to me, it just seemed like a cheap bid to get people to watch Into the Badlands. I mean, they're doing everything they can to make that show a big hit. And, it's inconveniencing me, and I'm sure it's inconveniencing a lot of the Walking Dead fans. That I keep saying it breaks up the rhythm, and if there's an issue, if there's a major death, I don't think waiting an hour to hash it out with Chris Hardwick, it's got to be immediate, not this having to wait an hour. We want that instant gratification. So all in all, I give this episode An A. I liked, there's starting to be more action. When the tower knocked the steeple knocked the wall down, that just right away, you want to see what's going to happen next. When the walkers breach the wall. I also liked Carol's interaction with young Sam. She told him that to keep the monsters away, and you have to kill. And I thought that was a good and interesting insight. I also liked her interaction with Morgan, when she asked him what he's got in the cell, and then whenever anything kind of revealing is going to happen, there's some outside force. For example, when Daryl and Rick were going to tell Tyrese that they banished Carol, and Carol was the one that killed and burned the people in the prison that were infected. That's when the governor attacked. So sometimes it's an interesting plot device. J.K. Rowling uses it in the Harry Potter series, where somebody has an insight and is about to say something revealing, and that would further the plot, and then something will happen that distracts the viewer or the reader, and moves the plot along. It's kind of interesting. Let's see. Once again, I'll give this episode an A, strong A. Can't wait to see the next one. Subscribeth. And if you like the video, give me a hearty thumbs up. If you don't like it, shut up. Subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye now.